Hey everybody, JRreviewgamer here, or as some people know me, China Avalanche fan. Now, let me just start off with a description of what's happening here, guys. So this video right here, this is on my new channel, JRreviewgamer. This channel here, this is just strictly video game reviews. So there's no walkthroughs, no free battles, no free-for-all battles, none of that on this channel. This is just strictly video game reviews, and that's it. But to those who know me as China Avalanche fan, don't worry guys, I'm still doing the walkthroughs, I'm still doing the free battles and all that. Those videos are still going to be posted on my original channel, China Avalanche fan. But all my video game reviews from here on out are going to be posted here. I know I've done a few video game reviews on my other channel, but from here on out I'm just going to do all of them here. And that's that. So, that being said, this is my first video game review as JRreviewgamer. Or, sorry, JRreviewgamer, whatever. So the first game I'm going to review on this channel is kind of an old game actually, but one I still play every so often. The first game I'm reviewing is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy for the Game Boy Advance. I would have shown you the box, but unfortunately I threw it out years ago. So this is I believe this was the first Yu-Gi-Oh! GX game that actually came out. Basically, the objective of the game, it's a story adventure game. You start off at the bottom of the ranks. You start off as a Slave for Red student. You get the rank of, I think it's beginner duelist or dropout student or something like that. A pretty low rank. And the object of the game is to duel other students and work your way up to the rank of King of Games. Now you do get a few side events on the side. There's the event where you have to face off against Titan the Shadow Hunter because Crowler doesn't like you, just like he didn't like Jaden. You also have to face off against Jinzo, I believe he's in this game. You face off against Damon, you face off against Chaz because he doesn't like you, you face off against Alexis because you got caught being at the Obelisk Blue Girls Dorm at the wrong time. You face off against Zane because he wants to challenge you. There's a whole bunch of events, but still very fun. The game is actually very challenging at the start, but once you get enough cards and you get a good deck, the game gets a little bit easier along the way. But the challenges, though, to move up in the ranks, they actually do get very hard. I know, for example, the second highest rank, Prince of Games, you have to collect every card in the game. Which can take a really long time to do. And King of Games is even harder because King of Games you have to have a grade, I think it's a grade rank of 80% with your tests, which I'll explain later. And you also have to beat every duelist on the island 10 times, which is really time consuming because altogether there's only 20 people on the island that you can duel, but that's still 200 duels, and like I said, that is very time consuming. I mean, when I was doing King of Games, it probably took me about like 2 weeks to finish because it's very time consuming and it can get really boring really fast dueling the same person over and over again 10 times. And then when you finish being that person, you gotta find another person and duel them 10 times. So, I mean, there's a lot of times where you just quit, you take a break, and it's very time consuming, definitely. But I mean, it's all part of the game, right? I mean, you're trying to become the king of games, so you want to do it. It makes you want to do it. The other good thing about this game, actually, compared to the other GX game, Spirit Caller, is this one you can actually move up in dorms. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Caller, you're stuck in the Slave for Red dorm. Although you can dress up as an Obelisk Blue or Raw Yellow, you're still stuck in one dorm. Whereas this one, once a month in the school, once a month throughout the school year, you take this test, and it's out of 500 points, and if you pass, you move up in rank depending if you completed the goal or not. That's set for you. But if you get a high enough grades, you can also move up in dorms. I believe you get perfect on your first two tests, you advance right up to Raw Yellow, and I believe on the third time, if you get another perfect score, you advance right to Obelisk Blue. So basically, in 3 months, in the first school year you play, you can be an Obelisk Blue, and it's awesome. When you move up in dorms, you face different people. I know when you're in Slave for Red, I mean, you can still face Jaden and Bash, or yeah, Jaden, Cyrus, Chumley. But when you're in Cipher Red, you can face that second grader Blair and that news reporter Gerard in this game. When you get to Raw Yellow, you can face Bastion, you can face Dimitri, Briar, Beauregard. And when you get to Obelisk Blue, you can face Chaz, Alexis, Damon, Mindy, Jasmine, Crowler, Zane, a whole bunch of people. So I mean, there are quite a few students to pick from, so it's definitely good. When you finally do get to be King of Games, there's not much after that. The only thing after when you become King is you unlock a new location called the Chancellor's Office, where you can battle Chancellor Shepard. And if you win against him, you have the right to change your name in the game, which is, it's not really much of a prize, but it's kind of interesting that you can change your name in the game. But if you lose to Shepard on the first try, you actually drop down to Prince of Games. But that's a one-time thing, because I did duel him a couple times over, and if you lose, you're still King of Games. But if you want to change your name, you have to beat Shepard first. But I don't really see a point. I just duel Shepard just because I want to, because he's kind of tough, but not really. But it's kind of a sappy ending. Oh, you change your name. Okay, I'll change mine from Joseph to Joe. Now, how about Bob or Dan? I mean, is there really a point to that? So, and after that, pretty much there's nothing left to do. You can go around dueling everyone. They'll praise the King of Games. Oh, you're the King of Games. Oh, I've always wanted to duel the King of Games. So basically, after that, you really just want to start over. But considering it takes a lot of effort and time to become King of Games, it's not a game you really want to start over unless you really want to go through all that again. It probably took me about probably about 2 months to beat the game, which seems like a long time, but considering I played the game once before, I knew all I had to do, all the events, how to unlock everything. So all in all, it's not a bad game. For the first Yu-Gi-Oh! GX game, it's actually fairly good. I'll usually pop this game in a couple times every now and again, play it for the fun of it, because there is a lot you can do in this game. I mean, there's all these kind of events. There's always like a Valentine's Day duel in the game every February 14th in the school year. Every November, I think it's November 14th or something like that, there's always this kind of dorm international duel tournament where they compete to see which dorm's the best. Every Christmas Day, I mean, you get like a Christmas pack from your professor. I mean, there's a lot of interesting side events and all that, so it's actually not bad. So, that being said, if I rated this game out of 10, I would probably give this game maybe about 8.5 out of 10. Reason why is, the only things that are not so good about it is the graphics are okay. Not the best graphics I've ever seen for a Game Boy Advance game, but I think they could have done a little bit better. And the post-game, I mean, usually every game they've got something to do with post-game walkthroughs and that, or post-game events. This one really, the ending wasn't what I expected. I mean, you'd think becoming King of Games there'd be something special that happened, but all that happens is, oh, you're King of Games, duel the Chancellor, and you get to change your name. Not exactly one of the best endings, but besides that, it is a challenging game though. So, I mean, if you can find this game online, I would definitely try picking it up. It is really good. So, that being said, that's my first game review. So remember guys, this channel here, my JRreviewgamer, strictly video game reviews. And again, Chatham Avalanche fan, don't worry, he's not dead. He's still kicking. He's still doing videos for Defenders of the Core and all that. So if you want, guys, subscribe to my channel, see more video game reviews, and on that, I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.